You know what's funny? People who are going to therapy are there because of those people who are not going to therapy. This is the truth. That's why today I am going to speak about some misconceptions that we have about therapy, because I have been going to therapy for 2 years and I'll tell you why it is so powerful that I have been attending it for 2 years now. If you are someone who is considering therapy or who has been feeling like it's not useful to them but they want to try again, then this video is for you. The number one myth is therapy is only for people with mental health issues and people who are mentally weak. This is so not true. If you're going to therapy, that means that you have the strength to face yourself. It means you have the strength to seek help and get better in life, rather than people who suffer and make others' life miserable as well. First thing is that, and the second thing is, to be in therapy, you need not have a particular mental challenge. As in, you might have mental health issues or you might not have. If you do not have, you might go to therapy just to understand the patterns that you have in your life. You understand your patterns and you break those patterns and bring new changes in your life. That's it. And you learn new tools to live your life better. This is what it is all about. I will not touch upon people with real mental health conditions, because I am speaking with respect to only people who need support. If you have a mental health condition, then it's best to consult to a doctor, psychiatrist who can help you. But if you know for almost that you are mostly neurotypical, then consider therapy even if you do not have any mental health issues. Just for the sake of understanding the patterns to live your life better, you can consider therapy. That's my number one. Finding a therapist is like dating. This is so true, because you will not find the right therapist for you when you start to go to a therapist. It might not be a right match. For example, if you're too emotional, you need someone who is more logical. And if you're too logical, maybe you need someone who encourages you. So it depends on your requirements and how you feel. And for that to work out, you need to attend at least 4 sessions with them to understand if it's working out. So basically, it's like dating. I say this because you will have to go through a lot of people to understand the right match. And you will know it when it's the right match. And if it doesn't feel right to you, maybe it's not the right kind of therapy that you're getting. Therapy is a long-term process. So whenever you recognize a pattern, you learn tools and methods to overcome it. But for it to work, you need an accountability partner, or you need someone to get back to and say that, hey, I've done this. You need a repetition for your subconscious to actually get what you have tried out. If you are a very logical person and you can figure things out all your own, skip this video, don't watch this video, this is not for you. But if there are times when you find it hard to figure things out on your own, then consider therapy. Yes, and it's a long-term process. For example, I had a trial period of a month actually, and then I tried for 3 months, and then it went on for a longer time because I saw the changes in me. For it to work, be it coaching, be it mentoring, anything would require time and for your brain to process. Just think about it. You have taught yourself to be sad for such a long time, and suddenly you want yourself to change in a week. That's not right. I mean, you at least need years sometimes. It depends on your own challenges. I will not set a time for it, but I have heard of people who have been in therapy for like 6 years and then they have felt really good and come out of it. I have also heard of people who have gone to therapy for 6 months and it helped them get through life in that way. That was a situational kind of therapy. So it depends, but do give it time. Do not stop at one session if you start to feel good. Trust me on this. A good therapist does not give advice. This is a big, whoever I went to, they gave me a sort of advice or kind of motivational stuff, but the current one that I have, he helped me reflect by asking questions, and that's an ideal way of taking therapy. But it could depend on person to person. I'm not saying that this is what therapy looks like. Maybe for a different person different approach is used, but in general giving advice is not the way to go about it, because you need to ask questions to understand the things completely to be able to give advice. That's what it's mostly about. Like when you say something, their job is to like first paraphrase it, means you saying the same thing but in your tone, right? First paraphrase it, show you compassion, and then ask you what you would like to do about it, and help you ask more questions for you to figure out the solution to your own problem. That's an ideal way to go about it. But if these are changed in certain situations, that could be because the situation is different there, and for some people advices might work. It's okay to seek help. I know multiple people try to perceive you to be weak, and try to tell you, oh, it costs so much. Why only rich people go to therapy? I'm so sorry, but if you can buy a 4K worth of earphones, you can also afford therapy, like for real. Here are some points that I'd like to mention as we are approaching the end. Therapy is supposed to be confidential, and you should feel 100% safe. And before going to a therapist, make sure they're certified and they have a certain degree and they're known. Or go through a recommendation or something. I went through a recommendation. Therapy is not just about talking, it's about learning tools and methods to overcome whatever challenges you're having in life, right? So, this was my take. If you're considering therapy, consider this your sign. And if you have stopped because the therapist didn't work out for you and your perception has changed about therapy, then try again. Maybe you'll find the right therapist who works for you. If you have enjoyed this video, drop me a like, and also tell me in the comments if you know about any other myths or some facts about therapists that Indians should know, right? I am someone who has deeply benefited from therapy. Every time I go to therapy, I come back learning a new thing about my own brain. And as time passes, you become more conscious and conscious, you become more logical and logical, especially for someone like me who is sensitive, who is emotional. I've become more logical